6 habits that trap men into the wrong relationships. Do you keep winding up in unhealthy relationships? Do you keep getting stuck in relationships that don't make you feel good, or they don't make you feel fulfilled, let's say, that leave you maybe feeling like must be something better out there? Well, I'm here to help you. My name is Apollonia Ponti, and today I want to get real with you and talk about something extremely important for men in my community. And as a love and relationship and dating coach, I work with men every single day who come to me for guidance in their love lives and attracting a better woman and higher quality women. And one of the reoccurring issues that I have taken note of is the fact that a lot of guys have bad dating habits that get them trapped into the wrong relationships. So guys, if this speaks to you and this is your first time viewing this channel, I welcome you. I want you to click that subscribe button right now and click the bell notification so you're notified every time I post a new video. And also too, for my loyal subscribers, I want to say thank you and comment below, as I love interacting with you when I first post this video as well. And yes, it truly is me interacting with you. All right. Here's the thing. There is such a thing as bad habits when it comes to dating. And yes, they will get you in a big amount of trouble. So maybe you've noticed a pattern in your love life that hasn't been making you feel very happy in a relationship that you get into, or when you're attracting women or dating women. And that's why I want to tell you and want to talk with you about this today. There are things that I tend to see over and over again, and I want to put them on the radar for you. The first one is ignoring red flags, which is pretty common. So picture this. You're starting a new relationship, dating phase, and everything seems pretty great at first. You're excited and you're intoxicated with her, and you have those butterflies and those rose-tinted glasses are firmly placed. But then you notice a few little warning signs about her. Maybe your woman gets excessively jealous or possessive. Maybe she makes disrespectful comments about you in front of others. These are the red flags I'm talking about. Now, here's the thing. It's easy to brush these red flags off because you're like, oh, she's a great girl anyways. She wouldn't kill a goat. Well, you might think, oh, she's just being protective, or she's didn't mean it that way. Our mind goes in all of these different angles, right? And you give her the benefit of the doubt, hoping she'll change, or that these behaviors were just isolated incidents, and sometimes you even ignore them. But the truth is, ignoring those warning signs can be a slippery slope. By ignoring red flags, you're essentially compromising your own boundaries and tolerating behaviors that aren't healthy or respectful. Over time, these behaviors may escalate or become more frequent, leading to a toxic and harmful dynamic in the relationship, and you start to fall deeper in love with the person, so it's harder to break up, and so on. It's like ignoring the loud siren blaring in the background while hoping it will magically go away because the intimacy is amazing and because you're trying to make that work with this one woman because it was hard for you to attract any woman in your life. So much about this. So it's crucial to pay attention to those initial warning signs. So guys, your instincts are important and you have to take them seriously. It's not about being overly paranoid or expecting perfection, but rather about recognizing behaviors that are unhealthy or incompatible with the kind of relationship that you deserve. By acknowledging red flags early on, you can make more informative decisions about whether to continue investing in the relationship or address the concerns right then and there with a partner, and that's where you'll set boundaries with one another. Always remember that healthy relationships are built on mutual respect, trust, and open communication. Number 2 is we have settling for less as another tip. This is what I've seen. So, you know, when you find yourself in a relationship and deep down you are aware that something is missing, but there's too much time involved, too much love involved, too much involvement, and it's hard for you to escape, right? Maybe your partner doesn't fully share your values, or they're not meeting your needs. It's like there's this little voice inside of you saying, hey, this isn't quite right. Well, one of the habits that can trap people in the wrong relationship is settling for less. It's like when you're out there in the dating world and you might feel a bit discouraged or impatient to find that special someone. So you just end up stumbling upon someone who seems okay, but they don't do the trick and they don't tick the boxes of attraction for you and your values, or someone you can create and build a life with. Here's the thing. It's tempting to think, well, they're not perfect, but maybe I can make it work. You might convince yourself that it's better to have someone than no one, right? But that's where the trap lies, guys. When you settle for a partner who doesn't fully meet your needs or values you share, you're compromising your own happiness of your own life. It's like accepting a half full cup when you could have a whole one. Over time, that dissatisfaction can grow, and you might find yourself feeling unfulfilled or resentful or more thirstier because you have that half cup only. You understand? Again, I'm not saying that we should have unrealistic expectations or demands of perfections. Relationships do require compromise and understanding, but there's a difference between compromising on minor things and settling for a relationship that fundamentally doesn't make you truly happy. It's important to know your worth and believe that you deserve a relationship that fulfills you on a deep level and not hold it back. I'm going to give you an example of a client I recently had. One of my clients had a private session with me, and it was a constant repeat client, and he had done so much work on himself, and he finally started dating and attracting women. And I told him, like, you're attracting women, but remember not to just attract any woman. It was easy for him to start attracting women. And so I told him, now your goal is to attract the right one and to weed out the ones that aren't. And he got on a call with me and he said, I really like this woman, but there's something I just feel like I'm settling and I feel really guilty for it. I told him, what is it? And he's a 31-year-old man. And I asked him, what is it? And he's like, I just feel really guilty, Apollonia. And it took him a while to say it. And I was like, just tell me, I'm not judging you. And he said, she has a child and I don't want to date a woman with a child. Guys, it is okay to own that value of yours. So, and there was a deeper meaning behind it as well when I got into it as well with him. So it's okay to have those standards for yourself and know what type of woman you want to date, what type of lifestyle you want with a woman. So don't be afraid to hold out for someone who aligns with your values, treats you with respect, and brings out the best in you. Remember, it's better to be single and content than to settle for a relationship that leaves you longing for something more, because then you're not content. All right, tip number 3 is letting the fear of being alone control your love life. So here's the scenario. You're in a relationship that doesn't quite light up your life. Deep down, you know something is off. But guess what? Fear of being alone sneaks up on you like a mischievous little gremlin, whispering all sorts of doubts and worries into your ear. You start thinking, what if I can't find anyone else? What if at the end I'll be forever alone? Maybe it's better to settle for what I have than risk being single. Sound familiar? Well, my friend, that's right. There is a habit that can trap people into wrong relationships, fear of being alone. It's like a sneaky trap that keeps you stuck in relationships that's not fulfilling or healthy. Typically, this comes from abandonment. We fear abandonment, and we've had abandonment in our lives. And there's a natural desire to find companionship and connection, so we look for the companion and connection in someone else instead of ourselves. Because at the end of the day, as humans, we are social creatures after all. And you don't want to settle for a relationship like this, because relationships typically like this become toxic relationships that are emotionally, physically, and mentally abusive, guys. And so you want to make sure that you are satisfied in the long run. So if you're in a relationship like this, or you find yourself doing this, it's really important that you turn to personal growth first, because I was once this person too. And I got out of that once I turned into personal growth, and I started attracting more higher quality men into my life, and how I found my husband. But here's the deal. I want you to remember that being alone doesn't mean being lonely or miserable, guys. In fact, being single presents an opportunity for self-discovery, personal growth, and pursuing your own passions and dreams. It's a chance to focus on yourself, figure out what you truly want and what makes you happy, and become the best version of you so you can attract that best version of a woman that you want. By staying in an unsatisfying relationship out of fear, you're denying yourself the chance to find a partner who truly aligns with who you are and what you want in life. You desire someone who makes you feel alive, supported, and valued. So my advice, embrace the beauty of being alone if you can. Learn to enjoy your own company, explore your interests, and build a strong sense of self. But don't embrace it if it's your comfort zone, okay? That's what I want to be really clear about. Your comfort zone of just always being alone for the rest of your life, if that's not truly something you want, that's not what I'm talking about, guys, okay? So I want you to trust that the right person will come along when the time is right, and you are better equipped to recognize and appreciate them, because you'll be better equipped to recognize those people and trust yourself with this when you recognize it within yourself. All right, the fourth bad habit has to do with a lack of self-awareness. All right, imagine this. You find yourself in a relationship, but you're not truly sure what you really want or need. It's like you're sailing through uncharted waters without a compass. That, my friend, is a lack of self-awareness, and it can trap you in the wrong relationships. So self-awareness is like having a GPS for your heart. It's about understanding your own needs, your cons and your pros, your desires and boundaries, and taking a magnifying glass at yourself and being self-aware enough to say, this is where I lack awareness in my life. And you might end up in relationships that are incompatible or unfulfilling because we don't have that level of self-awareness of what truly matters for us. Because without self-awareness, you might find yourself saying, I guess this is okay, even when deep down it's not. You might go along with someone else's values and desires without considering your own. You might place blame on other people for your own lack of self-awareness. It's like wearing a mask and hiding your true self in order to fit into someone else's idea of a relationship, or not turning the lens and fitting in the idea of what you see for yourself. The true growth happens is when we're able to see our flaws and change them, guys. But guess what? Self-awareness is literally the rock and the foundation of attraction. So take a pause, guys, here, and take some time to reflect and get to know kind of yourself better. I want you to continue to explore your passions, values, and what really makes you tick, and what maybe things that you need to work on. Are you a jealous person? Are you kind of arrogant in a way? Are you someone that maybe overconsumes themselves in relationships, wanting to always see sex as a validation, always trying to get a woman to touch you because that's going to make you feel better? Like, what do you do? What are your cons in a relationship? Truly look at that. Like, are you honest with yourself? Get in touch with your boundaries and communicate them openly. When you have a clear understanding of who you are and what you want, and what you're able to change and take that control of your life, you become that confident, capable partner. And then that other woman will come along and you'll naturally be able to see it and attract it. Now, don't get me wrong. Self-awareness is an ongoing journey, not a destination. It's about continuously checking in with yourself and staying true to your evolving needs and desires. And hey, it's okay to make mistakes along the way. Just own it. That's how we learn. That's how we grow. So I want you to always embrace the adventure of self-discovery. Take the time to navigate your own heart and mind. And when you're self-aware, you'll find yourself steering away from relationships that don't actually align with your true self. And you'll be on the path to finding a relationship with a perfect match for an amazing person, or you won't settle for women as well. And when we have bad habit, let's just talk about tip number 5, which is trying to make everyone happy. This is where we fall into that friend zone, nice guy thing. Imagine you start a relationship where your main focus is making your partner happy. You go to great lengths to please her and avoid any conflicts. You're the ultimate people pleaser. Well, guys, though you might think that this is a wonderful quality to have, that right there is a habit that can actually trap you in the wrong relationship. Being a people pleaser means constantly putting your own needs and desires on the back burner, always prioritizing your partner's wants and wishes, or a woman you're dating. And you find yourself saying yes to things that you don't really want to do, and you suppress your own opinions and compromise your values, and in the name of maintaining peace, and it's for no reason. Now, don't get me wrong, compromising and consideration for your partner are important in all healthy relationships, sure. However, when you constantly sacrifice your own happiness and neglect your needs, it's like pouring your energy into a leaky bucket. You deserve to be in a relationship where your voice is heard and your needs are valued. It's critical to strike a balance between accommodating your partner's desires and advocating for yourself. Open communication is key here. So it's time to let go of fear of conflict, guys. Healthy relationships require open and honest communication, even when it's uncomfortable. Express your thoughts, feelings, and boundaries. Speak up for yourself and assert your needs without even hesitation. But before we move on to the next step, I want you to click the subscribe button if you're new to this channel, and hit the bell notification so you're notified every time I post a new video. And also to my loyal subscribers, I thank you for being a subscriber, and comment below as I love engaging with you. All right, so I just want to also just remind you that you deserve someone who is going to respect and value you for who you are, not just for how much you can cater to their every whim or every need. Okay, guys? And that goes vice versa, okay? I don't say that you deserve someone and you have to bring this cockiness on your sleeve, right? Because I would say that to a woman as well, that is a true and honest, good woman to herself and turns to her own personal work and development instead of placing blame on others or being a victim in their life, okay? So stay true and open to embracing better relationships with women, and not falling into the trap of these kind of tips that I'm giving you. All right. So bad habit number 6 is being afraid of change. So I work with a guy recently, and he was in a relationship that just isn't fulfilling anymore. And deep down, he knew it was time to move on, but he had this like nagging feeling of unease. It was the fear of change creeping in. And it's a habit that I see trapping guys in the wrong relationships all the time. Change can be scary, no doubt about it. Even if your current relationship isn't making you happy, the familiarity of it all, the routine, the fear of unknown can keep you stuck. It's like being in a cozy little bubble, even if the bubble is slowly deflating. But let me tell you something. Change can also be incredibly liberating and transformative. Sometimes you have to step out of your comfort zone and take that leap of faith. Leaving an unhealthy relationship can open up a world of possibilities and personal growth for you. Sure, it's natural to worry about what the future holds and what if you don't find someone else? What if you end up alone, right? Those what ifs can be downright intimidating. But here's the thing, you deserve to be in a fulfilling relationship that truly fulfills you with a woman and embrace a new dating phase in your life possibly. But if you're staying in a relationship that no longer serves you, you're going to deny yourself happiness and fulfillment in your life and other places of your life as well. So you're putting your own growth and well-being on hold. It's like trying to swim against the current instead of going with the flow. So if this is you, give yourself permission to let go of what no longer serves you. Trust that something better awaits for you on the horizon and embrace the journey of self-discovery and personal growth that comes with embracing change. And hey, surround yourself with a support system, especially of friends, being involved in events, family, coaches, whatever you want to do. So if you want to find out if you're in a toxic relationship, I want you to download my free ebook called The 9 Signs That You're in a Toxic Relationship. And this is going to actually help you out as well into your relationship history. And guys, if you want to stay here longer on this channel, I have another video right over here for you. It's the habits that women just don't like and that are very unattractive to them. So if you want to get back into the dating world and whatever you choose to do, this video right over here, I would highly recommend for you to watch next. As always, I'll see you in the next one. And remember, you are always loved. Bye for now.